for all the meetings I went, I can recollect to 1993, when I was the first DD council with Lorraine, you know. In that time, I know nothing. My kid is like 5 years old, just been diagnosed. I just want to learn. And every meeting I went, I'm like a dummy sitting there. I know nothing about it. I literally know nothing. I'm a first generation. My husband come over from our country. I'm Chinese, come from Taiwan, get a post degree, and we stay, and then I need to learn from scratch. And so the DD Council meeting, really, I didn't learn too much, but I know a group of mothers are fighting like crazy, trying to help the family had a chance. And you know, the self-directed is started 2004. I think I didn't even notice. 2005, one of my autistic supporting group, you know, we have a local autistic supporting group. One of the very active mother was invited to a meeting, and because her son is graduating, in that time is maybe next year, I want to go. So I called Jeanette Marquette, which is a day program director. She said, is your name on the list? I said, no, but I want to go. She said, you cannot go. I don't even know what is that meeting. So next year, when I was invited, I went 4 years in a row. Okay, every meeting, it's repeat 4 times. The first time, I know nothing about it. Second time, I maybe get 20%. Third time, I get 50%. Fourth time, I still get 50% because they keep changing. But I make myself to really asking a lot of questions. I think Trish answered some question, and Jeanette really know me. And then I call, in the same time, Barbara worked with my kid in the school. And, you know, I'm in a Lenape Regional High School in South Jersey. The resource in South is much less than North. But thank God, you know, we push it. You know, as a parents, we push it. The high school I went into, really, I just sit down before my son get into it. I sit down with a vice principal about special ed. I say, okay, what can we do for your son? I say, this is what we think it should be happen. And they are very accepted. And they create a program. He was educated 1 year in the classroom. The next year, he began to go out 1 day a week. The third year, 2 or 3 days a week. It's all volunteer job. I really don't care what kind of job he did. I want him to learn as many skills as possible. My son had amazing memory. And he memorized, he learned Chinese all by himself. He can read the whole Bible in Chinese, which he may not understand the meaning. But I didn't even know that until one day, one of the sisters told me, he can sing the Chinese hymn, you know? So you see, it's a lot of things. And of course, for me, you know, to learn from my 2 kids, it's really, I have to be there for them. You have to learn it by yourself. Yes, it's hard, it's not easy. I fight every year. My son is the one original in the school. We fight for a program in Monroe District. They open a program which the director knows nothing about autistic. So we forced him to go to COSAC in that time to get a training and train the whole school and open a program every year. He is a guinea pig because what is next year's program? So all the way there, we learn together. We learn together, and when the self-directed, I just say, this is great. And then I realized I only have DDD money, or DVR money. That's why we keep telling church, this is not going to work. We need to have more work together. I think I may be one of the really noisy parents. I'm sure they have all the other ones. We all voice together because they have to work together. I have a Mr. Green as my DVRS counselor. He was wonderful. You know, they all attend my meeting. I have Barbara there. I have Jeanette Marquette. I have the DD case manager. Everybody there, you know, and when they executive meeting, everybody there, and then we already have a plan. Whatever carry on in the high school will go on. Andrew was working in Wawa 3 days a week before he was graduated. And the day after he graduated, the manager realized he need to have a pay job to maintain the job coach. Otherwise, you know, DVRS will not sponsor you if it's not a paid job. So the manager hired him right on the spot. The next day, out of school, the next day, Wawa hired him. He got a paycheck. And then the other 2 days, through the Jewish Family Children Services, he volunteered in the hospital, and he loved it. He memorized all the stockroom numbers, and he delivered everything. And he continued to have that 2 jobs. And also, we are very involved with our local supporting group, and we also very involved with our church. And he enjoyed a lot of the activities for youth group, for the conference, and everybody, he grew up together. And some of the teachers, they were in elementary school, I hired them later on to come to my house to help them for homework when they are in school. Later on, the relationship developed. Right now, she is one of the ladies teach them to do the house chore. My daughter can cook, my son can clean, they maintain their own room, and they go out, and everything is really, it's not happen overnight. This is not good luck. You need to build it up, work on the little step at a time. And Andrew, right now schedule is month. You want to say your schedule, Andrew?
I like my job. I like my coworkers. They're all very nice. I worked at Wawa on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and Virtual Hospital on Tuesdays and Thursdays. In my free time, I like to clean the house and eat and listen to Chinese pop songs. I like to go to Longwood, New York, and Harvey Sears conferences, and I go to Marlborough, New Jersey every year.
The place he said he wants to do it. Are you done?
Marlborough, New Jersey.
And are you done?
Thank you very much.
Okay, he's done. Okay. Okay, yes, yes. The conference, he loved Bible conference, and some of the young people will take him up to New York, and they have a youth conference, and he went by himself, you know. Andrew worked, and then after 1 o'clock, he come home. We actually hired the teacher who come to our house. Her husband retired from state job to be Andrew's, because Andrew getting a little bit more heavier because not really a lot of activity. So hire him to take Andrew to the gym as a trainer. And also then we realized I want Andrew to learn how to make sandwiches. Because I'm Chinese, I don't make sandwiches. And I don't like sandwiches, I'm sorry. So Andrew and him, they develop buying the sandwich material in the shopping, in a ShopRite or whatever the store is, and come back, make the sandwiches as the next day's lunch meat. And so right now, the next goal in the summertime is simple cooking for Mr. Stock and Andrew. That will be in his, this is all use his day programs budget. And of course, Andrew still need the day job coach support. That's mainly the budget. And Barbara and I, we work many, many years together. We come out with all this schedule. Sometimes when we have a time, I just, Barbara, any place they can volunteer. I want them to go out. They learn a lot of skill from school. They have to go out. If they sit there at home for 3 months, they will forget. And they need to contribute to the society. This is why I come out, because we learn, everybody learn differently, all right? We learn a lot of different skills. The reason I can be in self-directed, I need to thank a lot of my friends who really draw me to go to the Essential Life Planning meeting, which are 2-day meeting, and you need to learn a lot. I was sitting there like, what is this? But thank God for the meeting. Help me how to develop their plan for the self-directed. Use the budget, use the plan to develop a budget. And so all the friends support. You cannot do it by yourself. I think Barbara put it very nicely. It's not a one-man job. This is a community. I remember I write a thank you note to the Wawa manager, say, they say they have a saying, right? American saying say, I think it's African saying, raise a child take whole villages. Raise a special child. It's even more. But along the way, people will help. And try to get, if you get a no, don't be discouraged. Okay, change is good. Change is dangerous. Chinese say change, called 危机. 危机 means dangerous, but also opportunity. So change never be bad. We're all afraid of change. Okay, but you never know what will happen. Don't hold it one thing. My son need to get that job. If you have hold that, you really limited their opportunity. So really open-minded and try to do, try to let them experience as much as possible and let them try things. Let them get failed. If they fail, that's fine. Move on. Move on. Yeah, I think this is for Andrew. Okay, I should ship it to my daughter, Justina. I heard I have 16 minutes. I have more than anybody else, right? Don't worry, I will not use all. My daughter just graduated, and her condition are opposite, almost the opposite of Andrew. And she herself is quite nervous. And last summer, when we decide what should we do, and the job market is not there, actually her skill is amazing. She had amazing skill. But unfortunately, it's just the job is just not there. So I just decide, before the summer, in March, I already called the elementary school child study team director. I said, Dr. Wheeler, Justina is graduating. Summertime, since they have no job there, can she volunteer in the summer extended school year for the little children? And of course, the director and I, we know each other since very young. We were, she just said, fine, Justina. I said, I will be with her, or somebody will be with her. So she worked there, and then after the September and Barbara, and when the budget, we need to wait until July for the budget pass in the future. Right now, you guys, the budget is there, Thank you for everybody who fight for it. But in that time, budget need to wait. We wait for the budget, and then she began to pick up in August and volunteer in the hospital. Justina, you want to say where you work? Okay. You don't want to say it?
Just wait.
Oh, no, we don't have too much time. You want to say it? All right. She decided she liked to work in a school. She liked to work in a library, which she was working in library many years. And she also volunteered in the virtual hospital. She worked in the Mount Laurel Library part-time, and then she worked in the elementary school library for whole time, and 2 days in the virtual hospital. She also liked bowling. She is a great swimmer. She's a Special Olympics champion, and she is also a great piano player. She can cook. She liked to get a job. That's her goal, and she volunteered in the Sunday school. So we use all the budget for her, and we even hire my goddaughter as a shopping trainer because she didn't know how to shop for herself. We use all these different budget to help her to be independent. So that's my story. If you have any, keep doing it. Keep doing it, okay? Don't get discouraged. Even the thing is not going your way, work on it. It will come out.